You're watching News Epicenter with me, Maria Shakir. We are starting with some piece of breaking news that is coming in now. Congress leader and Member of Parliament, former MP, Rahul Gandhi has moved the Gujarat High Court seeking a stay on his conviction in the defamation case. Pallavi Ghosh is joining me on the phone line. Pallavi, give us the details.
This is as per procedure because we know the Sessions Court has already rejected his appeal on the grounds that he's a responsible member of Parliament. He should have been, and therefore he shouldn't have said what he said because that can have negative repercussions. So the only procedure for him then to the next step was really to go to Gujarat High Court, and that's the next step he's taken. So the High Court is he's moved High Court. He's appealed against the conviction. Essentially, what the Congress will be looking at is a rejection of the conviction. If, in case the Gujarat High Court doesn't give him any kind of a relief, then the last recourse really left is for Supreme Court.
All right. Thank you so much, Pallavi. So if he gets relief, then it's good for Rahul. If he doesn't, then he will be challenging it in the Supreme Court. Shifting focus to our top story this hour, the clash over reservation is back in poll-bound state of Karnataka. Amidst the battle in the top court, the BJP government has told the Supreme Court that it will put a hold on the scrapping of 4% for Muslims as per its March order, where the government decided to grant 2 additional percentage of quota to the Vokkaligas and also to the Lingayat communities. Opposing the government's March order, lawyers arguing for the petitioners said that the state removed Muslims from the backward class list and included them under the economically weaker sections category without any empirical data collected or study done to support the move. The state government has told the court it needs more time to file its affidavit. The next hearing in the top court is now slated for May 9th, making it the 4th time the court has adjourned the matter. The Congress has hit out at the BJP, saying the Saffron Party stands exposed, calling it desperate to rally votes ahead of the state elections. And speaking exclusively to CNN News18, Union Home Minister Amit Shah, who's campaigning in Karnataka, called reservation on the basis of religion unconstitutional, adding that the BJP is committed to empowering the SCs, STs and OBCs along with the Vokkaliga and Lingayat communities. This also comes as BJP leader K.S. Ishwarappa, who has retired from electoral politics, said the BJP does not need a single Muslim vote, adding that caste coalitions are important to maintain power in the state. Remember, we are just 2 weeks away from the elections, and counting will happen in the month of May. Of course, the date is 13th to be specific, and the vote bank dynamics are in a state of flux. The big question remains, who holds the edge when it comes to rallying crucial vote banks?
भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनेगी तो एक गैर संवैधानिक मुस्लिम रिजर्वेशन को हम समाप्त कर देंगे।
देखिए, मुस्लिम रिजर्वेशन गैर संवैधानिक है। कांग्रेस पार्टी ने तुष्टीकरण के लिए मुस्लिम रिजर्वेशन रखा था। हमने मुस्लिम रिजर्वेशन को हटाकर वोक्कलिगा, लिंगायत, एससी, एसटी और ओबीसी समाज के रिजर्वेशन को बढ़ाया है।
BJP government is not serious. They know that they will completely fail in it. They have bungled the issue. Day one I have been telling that you are not doing as per the law.
So what does it really mean for poll-bound state of Karnataka? What does it mean for the BJP? What does it mean for the Congress? Joining me now on the show, Ashok Gowda, Karnataka BJP spokesperson, Lavanya Ballal is Congress spokesperson, Farzana is JDS spokesperson, and B.S. Arun is senior journalist. Before I bring in the politicians, B.S. Arun, I'm going to understand from you. You know, the fact is that the BJP has no scientific basis to remove the Muslims from the backward class list in Karnataka, and that is the reason why there has been no order that has come to carry forward this decision that has been made by Bommai government. Do you think because it has been put on hold, BJP will not be able to convince the Lingayats and the Vokaligas, a vote constituency that they need so desperately in these elections?
Yes, number one is the crux of the issue is, it is not done on the basis of a scientific study. So that's where the Bommai government sort of fails in, doing its duty properly. And that's the one reason why Supreme Court has stayed this until May 9th. So the other factor is the political advantage that the party can reap. It's both yes and no because, BJP has in a way got what it wanted. As you might remember that a powerful sect among the Lingayats, the Panchamsali Lingayats,
Yes.
were on an agitation for the last about 2 years. And the moment Bommai government announced this new reservation policy, they withdrew their stir and commended the government for the new policy. And they have said that they will support the BJP in the elections. So to that extent, I think Bommai government got what it wanted.
No, but then the question is about it being legally tenable.
Yes, I'm coming to that.
Ashok Gowda, I'm coming back to you, Mr. Arun. Ashok Gowda, the question is that the Supreme Court has stayed it, and an order is expected perhaps even, post 9th. I'm not second guessing what will be the Supreme Court's final order. But my question to you is, are we to believe that Muslims in Karnataka are no longer in the backward category?
See, let's understand, Maria. What had happened is in BP Mandal Commission, Muslims itself was divided into several OBC categories, not the entire Muslims. Like, for example, Shia, Sunni, and Nadafa Muslims, and there are certain sects. There are more than 90 sects were recognized inside the Muslim community, and in Karnataka, there are 8 sects which were demarked in category 1A, and category 2A also has around 13 sects of Muslims. So the people who were really backward have already got reservation, and there is nothing which has changed there. And we have not removed a single sect. For example, Pingari sect in Muslims, who form around 23 lakhs.
No. What you have done is, what Mr. Bommai government has done is that you have scrapped 4% of the Muslims, saying that there should not be any religious-based quota, and distributed it among the Lingayats and also among the Vokaligas. My question yes, but do you have a scientific or an empirical evidence to suggest that the Muslims are no longer in the backward category in the state?
That is what Mr. Arun also should understand. In BP Mandal Commission, once the Muslims were recognized as 80 to 90 sects, among which in Karnataka, what was done before 1995, that is during after the post Mandal Commission's report, there were 8 sects kept in category 1A and 13 sects kept in category 2A. That is not removed at all. We are really backward. That is what I was trying to explain. No, one second.
Ashok Gowda ji, what is happening right now? You are saying that religious-based quota should not be there, and rightly so. I agree with you on that. And because if you look at what the Supreme Court has said in 2017 again, religion has no role in electoral process, which is a secular activity. And this has been said in the landmark 7-judge bench verdict in 2017, and rightly so. My question then is that why didn't the Congress party also remove it? Because there is scientific evidence to say, according to you, that the Muslims per se as a constituency should not be given this vote. This quota. Lavanya Ballal.
See, the fact of the matter is the 4% that the BJP is talking about that was divided among the Panchamsali Lingayats. First of all, the Panchamsali Lingayats demanded the government to move their community from 3B reservation category to 2A reservation category. Okay, the BJP did not consider this demand, and then there was a demand from other OBC communities, that's the Kurubas and the Madiwalas, for the change in their reservation. None of this was accepted by the BJP government. Now, the BJP government has scrapped the 3-decade-old 4% reservation provided to the Muslims under the 2B reservation category. And by scrapping this 4%, they have given it to Lingayats and Vokaligas by 2% each. They have not really increased the Lingayats and the Vokaliga reservation by much. It is only by 2% for each of these communities. Now, we are demanding, as Indian National Congress is demanding, there was a Nagmohan Das Commission report that came out in 2020 and recommended, right? Let them implement these recommendations because they're refusing to implement these recommendations. We are demanding the central government to scrap the 50% cap on the reservation. Let everybody get the reservations as, backed by the science or the facts. We want the 50% reservation cap to be removed. Let the BJP government do that because last year, when there were recommendations from the state and they passed a bill in the Karnataka government, passed it here in Vidhan Sauda. It was not sent to central government. The Social Justice Department or the ministry said there was no such demand that came from Karnataka government. It was only after that embarrassment in December, this demand was put forth by the Bommai government in Delhi. Now, why are they doing all of this drama if they were really genuinely interested in uplifting any community for that matter?
Okay, that's a fine enough question and a genuine one. Ashok Gowda, you have been in power. If this decision was not purely for electoral gains, then it should have happened much earlier. Why did it happen just weeks before the Model Code of Conduct?
Apparently, the timing is not a big factor. The way Congress does it, that they may do it for the polls, but we are bound to the upliftment of every society. That's a different issue. But Congress and JDS has been doing constantly one thing. They say 85 lakhs of Panchamasaligas should be put in 2A category. And where will the other communities go? Almost at 12% of Karnataka's population you put there, and then you remove certain communities and put them into STs, and you don't increase the ST quota, nor do you increase the 2A quota. How will the justification be done? This is what, in fact, then Janata Dala, then the Deve Gowda also did for Valmiki community in ST. He just listed with only 3% reservation, and he did not add any value to ST community, nor to the real tribes of the state. So what we did is we increased the ST reservation by 4%, and exactly that had to be done. And now also we have increased the reservation of the real backwards within the Lingayat community to 7%, and the real backwards in Vokkaliga community to 6%. Very justifiable. I'm also being a Vokkaliga, and it's a very welcoming move, and we have got a right.
Okay, since you have brought in JDS, let me bring in Farzana as well. Farzana, because JDS has not made its stand clear so far, I want to understand from you, is the JDS of the opinion that the BJP stand is right, in which they say that the Muslim quota, because it was based on religion, is unconstitutional?
Okay, Madam, JDS has clearly stated, our former CM Kumaraswamy sir, in his Pancharatna Yatra in Mysore, he clearly said that we stand for Muslim reservation. And one more thing,
and why do you stand for Muslim reservation? What exactly is the reason?
Means former President Deve Gowda ji has given the reservation to the Muslims. And one more thing I would like to tell you,
Muslims
Madam,
as a religious bloc.
Yes, madam, because the High Court, it has clearly
it is not on the basis of their backwardness. It is not on the basis of various communities within the Muslims who could be backward, who may not be backward, but it is purely on the basis of religion.
No, madam, because the Chinnappa Reddy Commission has designated Muslims as socially and educationally backward. And the High Court, the Karnataka High Court, in the writ petition 4371/77, it clearly says that the fact that they are religious minorities, no ground to exclude them from the list of backward classes. The Karnataka High Court clearly says that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So even JDS says the same.
Okay, but then if a community, no ma'am, Farzana ji, mera sawal hai, if a community has been placed in the economically backward section for several years, and if the state government has empirical evidence to suggest that perhaps they are no longer backward, then they can very well be removed from that category. That should be acceptable to one and all, only if they have empirical evidence. Would you agree with that?
But there is no evidence, madam. It's clearly shown that Karnataka Muslims are living in a very lower condition. After BJP came into power, we are living in a very suffocated environment. They come up with the hijab, halal. They are attacking for in our food, dress, attire, and banning people, poor vendors from the marketing area. We are living in a very pathetic condition in Karnataka after these people came into power. How can Muslims come up with the educational and socially
seen as
improvement?
A vote bank reach out that is happening by the JDS, and so it is happening by the Congress party. And on the other hand, the BJP is looking at polarization of its own majority community. So any debate around reservation is turning out to be, Farzana, the way you have explained it, it is actually turning out to be that kind of an argument here.
Yes, they didn't only play with the Muslims' emotions, they are playing with the Okaligas and Lingas. They even know that it's not at all going to happen.
You know,
they are playing only
Mr.
for
Gowda,
their
Mr. Gowda, the fact is that you have lost two of your prominent Lingayat faces. Both these faces, a former chief minister and a former deputy chief ministers, are sending a message that the BJP doesn't stand with the Lingayats. Is this more of a damage control then? By sending a message of, reservations?
No. Say no. Please understand. When did Jagdish Shettar and Saudi leave after the ticket announcement? That is the last week. And before that only we had announced. That is not at all related to these two people leaving. These two people are not such stalwart leaders. Yediyurappa ji is a stalwart leader. He is very much part of BJP, and he is the one who is leading the campaign. That's a different issue. Now, once we are discussing, Madam Fardina is saying Chinnapareddy Commission. Chinnapareddy Commission, as said, categorically said, BP Mandal Commission's castes within Muslims, which are there, sects within Muslims, are 90, and out of which these are the people who are backward. In fact, Chinnapareddy Commission, Devegowda ji basically did not agree to Chinnapareddy Commission, and he himself has said that I am not with Chinnapareddy Commission. And Chinnapareddy Commission is not the one which gave the Muslims the reservation. Devegowda ji unscientifically announced for entire Muslims, even the Shia Sunni and other Muslims, Bora Muslims, who are very rich Muslims per se by the community wise, and he has announced it for everybody. How can it be justifiable? Entire Muslim reservation according to...
Okay, I have just enough time for B.S. Arun. B.S. Arun, how do you see this playing out in Karnataka?
See, BJP is trying to get maximum mileage out of it, but as for
electoral gains, will they have electoral gains?
But then now, with Supreme Court coming, staying this, and BJP will have a tough time in convincing people about their advantages or how they are going to, ensure it's some implementation. It's in a catch-22 situation for, it's now a catch-22 situation for the BJP. It will find itself difficult in explaining its stand and making the people convinced about, its sincerity in implementing this.
All right. Ashok Gowda, Lavanya Balal, Ms. Farzana and B.S. Arun, thank you so much. Shifting focus to